a sheriff's office pleading for help. You'll find out why he's reaching out to all Arkansans to help keep his community safe this summer. And Arkansans are kicking off the Juneteenth festivities happening throughout this weekend. Just ahead, we'll share how you can find all you need to know to celebrate this important American holiday. Plus, do you really need to drink 8 glasses of water a day? Our Verified team will bring you a clearer picture of this commonly heard advice. And we need to get the first look at our forecast. It is another hot one. And Scott, it's not your fault. We know that. But is there any relief in sight?
Look, I'll tell you the weekend's going to be a little bit better. Even then, we're still looking at a hot Father's Day weekend. It's just not going to be near as bad as what we've got today and over the past several days. Here's where we're at the noon hour. It already feels like we're up to 104 in Little Rock, Pine Bluff, and Stuttgart, 100 in Clinton. Russellville, the cool spot on the map today at 99 degrees. It only gets hotter from here. We're going to see temperatures, or the heat index temperatures, hovering around 110 this afternoon. They'll start to cool off by later this evening after sunset. Until then, beginning at exactly 1 minute ago, we're now under a heat advisory that continues until 8 p.m. this evening. That's when the heat is just going to get a bit dangerous outside for folks that'll be out there for any prolonged period of time without proper hydration and, of course, take a few breaks. I do have a 20% chance of an isolated shower in your forecast for today. It'll be just that. It'll be isolated. If you find yourselves under a little bit of rain, consider yourself lucky. Father's Day weekend looks like this. Temperatures not as hot. We'll have lower humidity on Sunday. And then next week, we're really going to heat things up. In fact, we're looking at a stretch of days where we could hit 100 degrees multiple afternoons next week. We'll have a look at your extended forecast coming up.
All right, Scott, thank you. We'll see you soon. As Scott mentioned, these extreme temperatures are dangerous, and that has many Arkansans needing relief any way they can get it. Now, a local sheriff is needing your help so he can continue to offer free fans and AC units this summer. THV11's Ashley Godwin takes us to Lonoke County.
The Arkansas summer heat came sooner than expected, and the Lonoke County Sheriff's Office was a little unprepared when people started calling, asking for fans.
We try to get donations early and build up a stockpile, if you will.
It's something they've been doing for the past 8 years. Lonoke County Sheriff's deputies give out free fans and air conditioning units during the summer months to protect people from the heat.
This is something that we started doing just to do because we're getting so many calls about people getting heat stroke.
But it all relies on donations, and before putting out a call for help, they weren't getting any.
We're down to, I believe, 8 fans, and I think we have a couple air conditioners being donated.
To put that into perspective, they typically give out between 100 to 200 fans and about 50 ACs each year, delivering them to homes that need them, then set them up to make sure they work.
It's a big need in Lonoke, and it's also a very big need all across the state of Arkansas.
Officers like Lieutenant Hall say this program works, hoping it could one day be done by all Arkansas law enforcement agencies.
If we can use our reach of reaching all the people in the community, and we can get donations brought in, we can get all 75 counties, and we can really show not only what the state of Arkansas can do, or what the county of Lonoke or the county of Pulaski or Benton, but we can show the whole country that when you come together, you can take care of a very, very big problem.
In Lonoke, Ashley Godwin, THV11 News.
THV11 checked in on the call for action, and we've learned that the sheriff has since received several donations, but many more are still needed. So if you're able to donate, you can find the number to call on our website, thv11.com. In a THV11 update now, hearings by the House Select Committee investigating the deadly January 6 riots at the U.S. Capitol ended this week with dramatic testimony showing how close former Vice President Mike Pence came to the attackers. The committee argues that President Trump encouraged the violence. Deborah Alfarone recaps the day.
Testimony yesterday in the January 6th hearing indicated President Trump was told by several close aides and Vice President Mike Pence that not certifying Joe Biden's White House victory was illegal and unconstitutional. But witnesses told the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection that President Trump and his advisors continued to put intense pressure on Pence to carry out his wishes.
There is no justifiable basis to conclude that the vice president has that kind of authority.
A White House counsel testified that he told John Eastman, a lawyer for President Trump, that overturning Joe Biden's victory would spark outrage.
Said you're going to cause riots in the streets.
During the Capitol riots aimed at stopping the vote certification, a mob came within 40 feet of where Pence and others had been evacuated. The panel's timeline showed that even during the attack that endangered Pence's life, Mr. Trump tweeted that his VP lacked courage. Photos that the House Select Committee showed for the first time capture Pence taking shelter in an underground safe room.
He was determined that we would complete the work that we had set out to do that day.
In another development, the committee sent a written request to interview Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's wife, Ginny. She exchanged messages with Eastman, the Trump lawyer, in the days leading up to January 6th. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A suspect is now in custody after a shooting at an Alabama church. 2 people died. A third is being treated in a hospital right now. Authorities are saying very little about the killings. We do know it happened in a suburb of Birmingham, southeast of the city. In North Little Rock, police have made an arrest in a deadly shooting from Tuesday night. Ramondo Edwards is charged with first-degree murder. He's accused of killing 30-year-old Keith Waller on Hillside Drive. Edwards is now being held without bond in the Pulaski County Jail. Developing now, we're learning more about a man found dead in a home yesterday in Little Rock. Authorities were called to do a welfare check at a home on the 1500 block of West 24th. Police tell us 52-year-old Joe Britton was found shortly after 9 a.m. Right now, no word on a suspect named in the case, but we'll keep following this story and let you know more as soon as we have it. There is a new app out there for you to download this afternoon called Your LRPD. The crowdsourcing crime-fighting tool aims to gather tips and evidence to solve crimes. So, how does it work? THV11's Jay Jackson hears from police and city leaders on how you can get the most out of the city's latest resource.
Our hopes is simple. The more information we can give citizens, the more information they can give back to us.
Your LRPD, a free app featuring real-time incidents in Little Rock. App users will be able to view everything from car wrecks to homicides reported to the Little Rock Police Department within a 12-hour window. You can also set up push alerts for specific areas like your home or kids' school.
When LRPD receives a call for service within those specific geo-fenced areas, you'll get a notification through the app.
Little Rock citizens can also help LRPD in real time. You can message within the app information to help solve specific crimes.
You see, it shows us directly, okay, he's sending us a message based on this accident that happened 6700 block of West 12th Street. So I'll come down here and go.
You can send pictures, videos, and audio files as evidence for police. And if you want to remain anonymous, all you have to do is swipe right to hide your identity.
Anything from saying there's a illegally parked car to you just witnessed a crime. You'll be able to send us direct messages on that, get feedback, know that we are being attentive and exactly who's on shift and who is responsible for responding to any calls you have.
The Little Rock Police Department is the first public safety agency in the state to crowdsource tips and evidence in real time. The app's platform is Atlas One, which helps governments and public safety authorities across the U.S.
As we talk about technology, we talk about transparency, we talk about more information for Little Rock residents.
We're going to be more accessible to the public. It increases our transparency. And above all, it does the thing that we want to do the most, that's build legitimacy and trust in this community.
But also an important reminder.
This is not text to 911. If this is an emergency situation, 911 still is the way to contact us.
In Little Rock, Jay Jackson, THV 11 News.
The app is free for download in the Apple Store and Google Play stores. Just search Your LRPD. There are new worries this afternoon on whether Arkansas is seeing early signs of another COVID summer surge. That question is causing concern in the medical community today, with new cases seeming to climb as fast as the temperatures. The latest numbers show 1,000 new cases in a single day, just reported in Arkansas Thursday. It's the highest one-day spike since mid-March. The health department is also counting 7,895 active cases, an amount that's doubled since the first of the month. Looking at community spread, the CDC's weekly update shows COVID trending higher in a few of our counties. Take a look. Most counties are in the green, but several are in yellow. That means people at high risk for contracting COVID should wear a mask in public. Phillips County to the east is the only one sitting in a high category for COVID spread. So the CDC advises anyone there to mask up. COVID concerns come as Arkansas kicks off festivities for the Juneteenth holiday weekend. President Biden officially made June 19th a federal holiday last year, commemorating the end of slavery in America. Still, only hours ago today, the president said the recent mass shooting at that Buffalo, New York grocery store is evidence that racism and hate crimes still plague our nation. But here at home, you're invited to come and have some fun and celebrate the holiday tomorrow at Little Rock's Interstate Park. This is some video THV-11 shot from last year's debut event. The founder tells us she's hoping to see Black-owned businesses benefit from the celebration.
It clicked in my head that we as African American community, we need to make sure that we are creating revenue and that we are shopping with one another.
Juneteenth Arkansas runs tomorrow from 2 to 4 at Interstate Park, following a parade that starts at 12th and Broadway. For a list of Juneteenth events happening around the state, just go to our website, thv-at-noon.com. You've likely been told at some point to drink 8 glasses of water a day for proper hydration. But is that really true? In 5 minutes, our Verify team takes a look.
Another scorcher of a day across the natural state here on this Friday afternoon. I'm happy to tell you there's a little bit, not much, but a little bit of relief heading our direction for the weekend before we really warm things up next week. What the very latest forecast data says coming right up.